What's up, my folks? Welcome to another episode of AK Taproom. Today, we will be doing a long-awaited cigar review. I'm Murdoch tapping in.
I'm Brent tapping in.
I'm Josh tapping in.
Like Murdoch said, today we're smoking some cigars for you guys. We've been meaning to do this, but not gonna lie, I'm more of a fair weather smoker.
It's a little windy here today, so bear with us.
Yeah. Today we're gonna be smoking some Alec Bradley Black Markets and Olivia G. And then another friend of ours is in the background smoking a 99, a Rocky Patel Connecticut 99, which is always a great smoke.
Absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and start.
Yeah.
Some people ask how you cut these, and everybody's different. I personally prefer to cut a decent amount off the cap. Some people have the notched V channels. Some people have the hole punches.
Yeah.
I just personally have always preferred to have that back cut. Let's go ahead and drop it down to that view.
Yeah, and I'm the same way. I go with the guillotine. I cut the cap.
It's more enjoyable that way.
Yeah, I mean, there's no wrong way. Just
Absolutely,
like
it's whatever you like.
And it's a lot like scotches and whiskeys, where your tobacco has different flavors. You got stronger and lighter ones.
Yeah, this is medium to full bodied. This is a Maduro wrapper, so you're gonna have a darker wrapper on this. It's Nicaraguan origin, but I believe it's an Ecuadorian filler. I could be wrong on the filler, but it's a delicious smoke. We've had these before, and it's definitely enjoyable.
Yeah, you see we're using Snap-on torches.
They work better.
Yeah, I mean,
they work better.
I got a lot of Snap-on tools, and most guys that have Snap-on solder torches use them to light cigarettes, so naturally I used it for a cigar torch.
Yeah.
And if it's like $75 for a Snap-on torch, and it works great. Whereas those Davidoff torches, they're
expensive.
Yeah, like
work great.
$250 for a little cigar torch.
So through the lighting too, I mean, proper lighting of a cigar will help keep those runs away. If you saw what Brent and Murdoch were doing, they were lighting the cigar, trying to get that end go hot before you kind of stoke it a little bit. That's definitely a little tip and trick.
Yeah, toast the end of it.
Yep, a little chard.
And some guys, some guys are more carried away than the others. Some use those cedar stills because they don't want the butane. Like they think you're sucking butane into the tobacco, and
absolutely.
And matches same way. They're like, oh, the sulfur of the match is gonna affect the.
Yeah.
My palates must not be that great for.
Yeah, mine's not that refined. A good cigar is a good cigar, regardless of how it's lit. Now, stuff like this, I tend to go towards the more flavorful cigars, earthy, peppery.
Yeah.
And this Black Market Alec Bradley has got a good lineup.
Oh yeah,
quite a few of those Alec Bradleys, and together we've had a bunch of these Alec Bradleys and quite a few other ones. And these ones are definitely one of the fan favorites. Got to have in the box.
Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of Alec Bradley. I think we've only had one cigar by them that we didn't care for.
Yep.
And that's pretty damn good.
That is pretty good.
Like Oliva, they make great cigars too. We've bought in some sampler packs before, and it's a good way to.
Well, and you get with your buddies. I mean, you get sampler packs. Maybe Brent will get a sampler pack. I'll get a sampler pack. Maybe Murdoch will get a sampler pack. You get together with your friends and see what everybody likes. So,
for the new smokers out there, what do you guys recommend they start out?
Light.
A lot of people.
I definitely say light, like a lot of easier, a natural cigar versus with the wrapper. So, like I was talking about Maduro, you're gonna have this dark. It's really, really dark. But those Connecticut 99s that we were talking about, that has a natural wrapper on it.
And they won't be spicy either. Like some people don't like
lighter.
that.
They're mellow. So a Macanudo. Obviously, with cigars, there's always names. You have off-brands that are made to mimic these, like Macanudo's Big House cigar names.
Yeah.
JR Cigar puts off a couple different cigars that I've had before that are pretty decent, but you have a whole wheelhouse of cigars that you can choose from. If you're just easing into cigars and you don't want something that's too peppery, over time you'll probably morph into more of a full flavored, maybe super Ligero.
Yeah, triple Ligeros or triple Maduros.
Yeah, a But I mean, for me, bang for the buck. Alec Bradley does a great job putting this black market
Yeah,
out.
and if you don't live, like if you're like us where we don't have a place to buy cigars, and you got to order your stuff in, or even call town, like when we say town, you know, we're referring to Anchorage. So, you know, and order stuff in if you're kind of hesitant to get into it, that's where, like, we were talking about sampler packs. And what they'll do is they'll go from like their Connecticut full flavor cigar, and that'll help you find.
Absolutely, it'll give you the range.
Yeah, your profile, help you with your profile.
Well, because you've gotten some Man of Wars and stuff
Yeah.
like that. You've gotten the different variety, and then I bought some different varieties, and we've done the different Rocky Patels, and there's some great ones out there, and it helps you kind of figure out what you like without having to buy an actual 20 counter.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
something that you might not enjoy that you just heard from a friend.
Oof.
I know, right? We both.
Yeah. So today, so this is a
I'm going
new.
to beer today.
Yeah,
bro.
there ain't nothing wrong with that. Nice cold beer.
Cheers, everybody.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Today's it's a new Scotch for me, and I keep seeing it, and I just never tried it.
It's a good pairing.
It's a Dalmore cigar. Yeah, cigar malt.
So I've had this with a
And
cigar.
it smells
And it is
absolutely
really
delicious.
delicious.
I didn't even have, like, with the cigar.
Oh yeah, get a nice puff and it's good. Oh yeah,
Man, it is gorgeous out today.
it is. We got some gorgeous background, gorgeous scenery.
Mm,
What do you think, Brent?
holy shit.
I like it.
That goes well together.
Yeah.
And I'm not even a Dalmore fan. Like,
Yeah. So
when I see, and it's, I guess that's not fair to say. Like, I'm not a Dalmore fan. When I see them, I don't feel the urge to buy it. You know,
absolutely.
that's a better way to put it. Like, when I see a Dalmore bottle,
I like it.
maybe it's because I see them more than
Well,
other
you know, they're very,
other brands, so I don't feel that need of
Yeah.
gotta get it before someone else does.
Well, they're very. They fill a niche. They're very earthy, tobacco, leathery, so it fits right in with having a cigar.
Yeah.
Having a cigar. First time I had Dalmore cigar malt was with a cigar.
Nice.
So it was a good crack-in entry level for me.
Well, when you grabbed it, I was like, mm-hmm.
Sounds
And then I smelled it. And that was, just so you guys know, I was smelling that in the Edwardor 12. So that tells you that that Dalmore is not a slouch.
Oh, no.
So just off the nose anyway.
Smells really good. How's your cigar doing there, Murdoch?
It's beautiful, man. It's mild.
Nice. Easy smoker?
Yeah, easy smoker. First time I had the Olivia G, you know.
Nice.
Nice.
Absolutely. Well,
Heck
good.
yeah.
Got a pleasant aroma.
Nice.
It's all subjective to what people tend to really like. I really like these Alec Bradleys because it has a very more on the edge of full flavor. Definitely for sure. It's got some pepper, some leather notes in there.
Yeah.
But overall, it's just I mean, if you look at the run, if you light
Yeah,
it,
it's burning.
it'll burn really, really nicely, and that's
And that, you know,
nicely rolled.
yeah, exactly. When it's put together fairly
Uh-huh.
consistent, that's what I think when most people look at the runs, they're like, oh, it's running on one side, you know, it was put together like shit, you know,
But you
but-
got to remember though, if you lit it, if you have someone that lit it and just held it on one side without rotating it, or like we were talking about, scorching the end, it'll run on you. So it might not be the cigar, it might be user error, but
you know, and also people don't think about different tobaccos that are being used as fillers burn differently, and cigar tobaccos are aged as well.
Yeah.
So that's why you get those whiskey and cigar channels,
absolutely.
you know, because there's so many similarities, you know, like different malt, you know, you got different scotches just from different caskings, and then, and
Absolutely.
different leaves grown in different soils put out different flavors.
Well, and the cigar world is just, it's married with the Scotch and whiskey world.
Yeah,
It really
yeah.
is. Well, they go
Goes
hand in hand.
Yeah, because it's for a good time. It makes you sit down and hang out with your buddies, you know, and you can't, unless you're smoking a backwoods, that's the only time you're gonna be like working, you know, like we're, you know.
Yep. Well, it's nice to take a moment and have a cigar with the friends and hang out and enjoy some scenery and
Yeah.
have a nice drink. So,
Yeah, beautiful day.
absolutely beautiful day here in Valdez. Like we said, a little windy. You probably can or cannot tell, but it was a little bit choppier earlier. But
Yeah, we went down on the water earlier today, and that was not happening You'd have thought we were in a hurricane by lower 48 standards, but that's just Sunday here. So
This is good.
So what kind of flavors you picking off?
Well, the thing about this is you're going to definitely get leather. You're definitely going to get earthy notes. You might even get a hint of sweetness in it. But the further you go down on this,
yeah, it's stronger.
The peppery it'll start to transition
And I get
into.
a little bit of pepper. You know, I'm still in the first third of it.
That's that Maduro wrapper.
That like on the tip of the tongue. That you know.
Absolutely. That's particularly like the wrappers make a big difference. I mean, we've talked about naturals and Maduros, but they also have one that's one of my fan favorites, sun-grown.
Yeah.
Sun-grown wrappers.
It's like
They have a really good flavor to them.
really robust and rich.
Definitely a rich flavor to them. So, and as you go down, I tend to get drawn to these fuller flavor cigars. So.
Yeah, we were talking about like another favorite brand of mine. I know people like to, throw shade on them. Oh, they're sellouts, but I haven't had a bad Rocky Patel. You know.
You tell those people, show me something better than 99.
Yeah, or just give me all your Rocky Patels then if you don't like them.
Yeah, you don't like Rocky Patels? You send them on down the road.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, they're it's another powerhouse. It really is. They have a lot of statement cigars and they're consistently putting out some delicious cigars. Alec Bradley, Rocky Patel, My Father.
Oh yeah.
AJ Fuentes.
Yep. There's a ton of there's a huge list of cigars.
There really is. You're gonna forget like all of them, but you have powerhouse cigars and stuff like that, and I mean they put out great varieties of cigars. They really know what they're doing. So
yeah, AJ Fuentes is he's well known for his blending skills like you have in the Scotch industry, you know.
Absolutely, you have those people that are seasoned.
Yeah, you know, everything from the size, the filler, the binder, and the wrapper.
Absolutely.
You know, on what they use.
Makes a difference.
What is your favorite Scotch with your favorite cigar?
I think it's the one I'm smoking and drinking at that time. Like, you know, because
Well, every experience is different. I will
yeah,
say it would be boring if you paired the same Scotch every time. However, it's whatever your journey is that's your journey. If you like to do the same Scotch and switch up your cigars, maybe that's what you like flavor-wise, profile. So it's whatever you can sit back and relax with. That's what I would say.
and it's
That's a perfect answer.
yeah, and who you're with, because that's usually how you think about. Hey, when I had whatever Scotch, like, man, we had a great time that night, fucking hanging out, and so you associate that with that whiskey or cigar.
The other night.
Yeah,
We had some cigars the other day.
after we did some filming, and just hanging out and relaxing.
Absolutely. This is good, man.
The cigar community is pretty funny though, on everything from like ashing too early. Like they nitpick everything. Like you shouldn't have to ash
There was a
what
I'm not gonna say his name, give him a homage or whatever, but he had a unique way of smoking a cigar. He would smoke it all the way down, and he wouldn't ash.
And so at the bottom, you're smoking like this,
upside down.
And there's a key to it too. Like people don't know is like they'll stick like a metal pin, like a real thin metal pin up to help hold that ash and all that together so it doesn't fall off. And then people take pictures like, look at the structure of this long ash.
It's got a piece of friggin' thing.
I had a guy tell me the proper way to light one of these to make it last the longest is to take your lighter and go down the sides of it on each end and then flip it slow. Take the torch around,
I've never done
it. He says it lasts longer that way. So
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I've never done that.
Never done that just because you want your
I was like, man, you're not smoking a blunt, man.
He's licking the
That's a
sides
little
of it.
different. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Maybe he was talking about spliffs.
Yeah.
Oh, you talk about cigars, most definitely. Let me tell you an old trick.
That's what we got into.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, overall, like I said, everybody has a different method on how they do it, how they their ritual, so to speak, on how they fire it up.
Yeah, I don't ever, like for me, ashing is just whenever I think about it. Half the time it falls on my lap. That's usually, so I'm a little late.
They let you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. on these cigars, I mean, it's an easy smoke. You don't have something like a Churchill.
Yeah.
Those big, I don't remember what the size of the Churchill. Those are the biggest.
So my father-in-law likes big cigars. So CAO, you know how they have like they get the diff 550s, like all after engines and stuff. Well, he likes the 770. So that's a 7-inch cigar by 70 ring. Yeah, but he likes big cigars, and to each their own. You know, I'm not faulting him.
He's gonna be there for a hot minute.
Yeah, and that's what he's there for too. Like when you go to a cigar lounge, but that's just not me. I like. I'd rather smoke 2 different cigars instead of one big one. But
Toros and Robusto.
Yeah.
Right up my alley.
those are, yeah. I think I'm partial to Robusto. But if I can only get a Toro, then I'm not complaining. You know, like that right there.
See, yep, it just happened. Live coming at you.
Yeah. So
That wind came through.
yeah, a little gust and.
Yeah, we got a little gust.
And this is usually what I don't mess, like humidors when you buy them, they usually come with like a sponge looking thing for you to humidify them.
Yeah, Bovita packs.
Yeah, but Bovita packs are definitely the way, it's easy. So if they have different, you recharge them, get some distilled water, stick them in that and like a Tupperware with distilled water.
Absolutely.
And then they recharge. And it's a 2-way, so that way if it's really humid for whatever reason that day and it's affecting your humidor, it's gonna absorb. Pull it right back in. And then you can also play with where you like your cigars at. Like if you want them at like 62% or like I keep them at 69. They also have like 72% and other things like that.
65.
65?
That's what I like, but sometimes it'll go a little bit more depending on if I'm putting on, because they have these little Bovita packs and then they have the giant Bovita packs. I tend to put the gianter Bovita packs in there, but so sometimes it'll be a little bit higher, but
yeah.
Too much moisture for me makes it harder to smoke. So if I'm hitting that 69 threshold, it's a little bit more moist and a little bit longer to smoke, a little bit more harder to draw.
Yeah, you get a little bit of,
and it's everybody's different, you know.
And I've tried 72s before. I don't know, like I just have a overflow humidor, and I just took a small piece of Tupperware and stuck a 72 Bovita pack in there and with some cigars, and it was just too much of a pain on drawing.
Yeah, it's understandable. That is understandable.
Oh.
All right, folks, this is a brief introduction
to
cigars that we're going to be recovering.
Reviewing.
We're recovering these cigars
I got you.
somewhere.
A brief introduction to cigars that we will be reviewing in the future. Thank you for reviewing AK Taproom today. I'm Murdoch tapping out.
I'm Brent tapping out.
I'm Josh tapping out.